YouTube, it's me, Kareem Zamir. It's them, Seekers Galanti. It's this, Second Wake, episode 86. If you were here with us on Twitch, there's like 20 some odd minutes of content you will never get because I cut all that nonsense right out of the episode when I upload it to YouTube. That way I don't ramble like that super popular, ridiculous channel named Mercer Rooney Kaboonies, and their long-running, definitely never had a TPK show that they do. Because that's ridiculous. Why would I advertise to you guys? I don't even have advertisers. That's right. You're listening to Second Wake, the longest running unsponsored D&D podcast in the world from my house here in Florida. If I say it the whole way, it's the truth and I'm not lying to anybody. But if I stop anywhere in that sentence, that's libel. All right, so when we last left our heroes, which is how MCDM would tell you that D&D has started, the group had arrived within the northern, well, I guess it'd be the southern borders of Orskath, within the town of Riska, a city born of frontiersmen, people too stubborn to leave their homes, and truly a strange and bizarre collection of individuals that do make up the town sitting on the edge of the Frigid Well. Of course, the group having come to town, speaking with some of the eclectic, colorful individuals that do call Riska their home, and slowly discerning the level of gumption you would need to still want to live here. The group discovered that the Frigid Well is well guarded. For whatever reason, the previous Realm Weavers of the Everwield itself had a vested interest in the Frigid Well, whether that be for a nefarious purpose or some great divine, almost manifestation of what their lives are. The previous Realm Weavers saw fit, and as rumor and legend would tell, birthed or left behind an egg of a singular white dragon back in their day, now known as Pagamenmos, the fearsome iced death that rains down the frost chill across the land. The Seekers of Galanti have come to discover that their request for aid, and that there might be a curious thing to discover within the Frigid Well, is harrowed by the overwhelming shadow of a very ancient white dragon, many of which in the town of Riska will tell you that that dragon has a track record of never losing and never knowing defeat. When we last left our heroes, they were asking around town, and having spoken to a local dwarven collector of curios, had decided it might be in their best interest to make way to the mayoral home of the Black Scale, a mayor that calls Riska their primary occupation. Seekers Galanti, as you move through the small city of Riska, you can feel the cold chill in the air. While the well itself is completely frozen over, a nice solid area, the wind does pick up in the area, and you can definitely feel chill cling to your every form and feature. The ice and cold of the land slowly washing over and bringing with it a almost looming sense of despair, in the same way that the task ahead likely hangs heavy on your very minds. Moving through the city itself, you do eventually come into view of a very large, not luxurious, but definitely above the standard of living to most, home that sits very much on the centermost area of Riska itself. You can only assume that this is the mayoral home of Riska. It is there, Seekers of Galanti, that you may choose what you wish to do moving forward. What comes next as you stand outside Mayor Bethul Blackscale's home and domicile?
Gotta go say hi to the mayor. Or do I want to just get out of here before we're killed by a dragon?
You know, that's a great question. Um, you know, it's a little concerning. A little concerning that we were sent to possibly deal with a dragon by some stranger that no one knows who they are. Uh, you know. But here we are.
mean, at some point we probably want to check out that flower. It might have a clue of some sort.
The flower, and I want to get a closer look at that contraption that Celeste got.
And also the well, not the frigid one, but like the normal town one. Everyone was being like real guarded about it. It keeps coming up, and things don't just keep coming up unless they're important.
Yeah, we can look into that. I think it's worth our time. Obviously, with all this news of what's going on here, I've got a couple of ideas if we do decide to take this dragon on, and if we do, I'll need about a day of prep time.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty good because I was looking at a couple years of prep time.
Yeah, I wish I had gathered more, but I only have 4. I'll need to get a couple more bows and arrows. But I'll need to double our forces to try and help out a little bit against this thing. They'll go down pretty fast, but every little bit helps.
Yep, and if it comes to it, I know a few of us aren't particularly fond of the individual, but I do have some business cards on me. So,
I have his letter, actually, that has the runes of how to meet with him, I believe.
yeah. So there's another option if we want to do this and want extra firepower or whatever, we can barter.
We have good weaponry. My concern is surviving the cold that such a dragon brings, and having everyone be able to get to the damn thing if it's flying around us.
Yep.
Those are the biggest problems that I see it presenting us, aside from grabbing us and throwing us several hundred feet. It's not fun. I've done it once. I don't need a dragon doing it to me now.
Oh, yeah.
So about the cold, we have that hand warmer thing, and what if we all just like made corsets like Velwears and put a bunch of them inside of it, all ran around in corsets and stayed warm? That would work, right?
Gives good structure.
I feel like
It looked really good.
the Weavers approve for some reason. Yeah, team corsets are a thing we certainly could do.
I could use a little bit of a lift. Get a little flabby here.
Be the
Just
most fashionable battle.
We'll be completely out of breath immediately.
Wait, kobolds breathe?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh,
The main difference is that I can also breathe through my butt.
what?
I don't want to test it. I believe you, and that's fine to hear. Thank you for more.
I'm with Vel on this one. I'm happy to just believe that one and let it lie, like sleeping
I
dogs.
honestly, I hate it here.
But because of what we're learning about Jones, or because of the city?
I don't think I want to learn any more about kobolds. I was really into them when we went to that inn, and now I'm not having a good time anymore.
They are horrible little monsters. If I've learned anything from Jones.
I would label us as creatures.
It's fair.
I know what I said. Alright, let's go talk to the mayor and see what we want to do after we get some more information. There was talk of like some kind of package or whatever, a whole deal that he offers that we should avoid. I don't even know what that means.
Some sort of executive package that he's gonna
Yeah.
offer us. Don't take it, is what Donovan said.
Yeah.
So don't be tempted. They use executive package. They use those words to make you feel really special.
Do you think it's like a timeshare?
Maybe.
I've
We've
been
already
burned by
got-
one of those. If you guys ever want to go down to the Bone Wharf mid-July, I got you for one day.
Do you have to like send in that you're going to be there like 6 months in advance, right?
Yeah. Good thing is that's about how long it takes to get there, so.
Right. Alright, let's go say hi to the mayor.
So, heading off to just right down the road. You guys come to a very large home. Whoever is leading the group, I don't know who would, probably Cobalt Jones. I feel like that's the guy, right? Cobalt Jones, you walk up the small flight of stairs, leading to the mayoral home. A heavy rap of your knuckles, doom 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 doom, against the door, and you slowly hear different locks slide free, chains being moved from different things, and you hear a kind of a rattling from the door before it slightly cracks open, and a single yellow stained eye looks across from you from between the crack and break in the door. And you hear, "Who is this?"
I'm Kobold. Who are you?
"Kobold. You are?"
Yeah.
"Yes. Dragon I am."
Alright, well, we're looking for the mayor.
"Mayor I am." "What is your profession, Kobold?"
I'm gonna, like, look back to everybody else in the mouth, like, mercenary?
Weaver's chosen.
Where's
Well,
Cho-
that's
Oh, Weaver's chosen.
"Weaver's chosen. Have you come here for the well? Or for another purpose?"
Yeah, I kind of want to check out the well.
"Interesting. One moment." You hear the door close with a heavy slam. You hear the various locks return, chains being moved. The door finally slides open, and you see, shockingly, not too terribly much taller, maybe about a foot and a half taller than Kobold Jones. Maybe just scraping about that, like 5'1", 5'2" height, is a black scaled kind of hunching, more lizard than dragon, really. Dragonborn holding a long pipe, looking out wildly at the group. And now we're gonna flip that over. Whee, there we go. It kind of rises forward and slowly moves from the front of its doorstep and looks Kobold Jones up and down. You hear a sniffing sound as it breathes in your area and goes, "You are a kobold Weaver's chosen. Whose clutch are you from?"
I wasn't. I think that is a culturally kobold thing, and I was not raised by kobolds.
"Not raised by kobolds? By what manner have you to be?"
Dwarves.
"Dwarves? Laying koboldian eggs?
Yep.
Curious. I had always wondered what lay beneath their bearded chins. Clearly an egg receptacle. I'll add this to my findings. Thank you, child."
You're welcome.
"Yes. Your group, not kobold, not dwarf. It is a eclectic collection. Yes.
Yeah, we
He's
meet
yours.
diversity quotas.
Diversity quotas. Tell me of this."
It's like having like different racial backgrounds in one category helps bring everybody up.
Everyone up. Curious. There are many diverse people within Risk. So likely I have met my quota, would you say so?
Yeah, I've seen a few different ones. They're probably doing pretty good, especially because you have not a lot of people here, so
Yes.
it's easier to hit the percentage marks.
Percentage marks. You sound like an astute scholar. Yes, very good. So by what means have you come here, kobold of dwarven beard?
We took some rams in a cart and the lift, and then we also did some walking right now.
Good to get your steps in. Why are you in Riska? And you bang upon my doorstep.
Well, we heard that there's some dope shit in the well, and
Dope
everyone
shit.
keeps telling us to talk to you.
Everyone? Who is everyone? I know not a boy named Every, nor last named one of the family.
I don't know their names. Some shop guys, some people who live here.
Curious. I'll have my private military look into this. Yes. There will be inquisitions to be held. There will be justice. Crossing the mayor of Riska. Thank you, boy.
Oh,
Very good, then. You have come here to speak with me. And thus you have. Mission accomplished. You may... One moment.
You see the mayor turn and kind of take a half step into their house. They come back out and they present to you this kind of like strange looking beetle that seems to be coated in some type of like amber honey, and like extends it out to you and goes,
Take this for your troubles.
what is that?
A honey beetle. They are very delicious.
Oh, hell yeah, they are.
Oh,
I'll move
one
to
for
the
your
side so-
friend.
and we'll reach and
Oh,
hand another one to you.
There you are. Such a good boy.
And he will pat the top of your head, Kobold Jones.
oh, okay, thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Did you guys? I'll turn around. Did you guys want to ask him anything? You know, I got us. I did the thing. I got us here. So
The thing has been done, yes. Yes, it has been done.
Just from what we had heard, you liked to speak with adventurers who had traveled to Riska.
Hmm.
The mayor leans down low, puts their chin on Kobold Jones's shoulder, and Kobold Jones, in a whisper, you hear,
I am afraid that I do not speak Elvish. What have they said to me?
I'll repeat it
Let them
in common
know.
because I don't have Draconic.
"Oh, you don't have."
Right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
they changed that.
No,
I
the
don't
whole
want to-
time the guy's speaking Draconic. Yeah, they'll go.
Interesting adventurers. Are you an adventurer, boy?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you've come to die, then?
Hopefully not.
Ah. Tell your elven friend we offer a number opportunities for adventurers. Go ahead, tell them.
Just so I get this straight, he's speaking to me in common, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'll turn around and speak to her in common.
That's fine.
And yeah, he says he's got like a bunch of opportunities for adventurers.
The mayor brings their claws together and gives a nod and slowly puts their pipe in the mouth and
Do we want to ask about any of these opportunities? Kind of looked
Absolutely.
around the group.
100%.
All right, I'll turn back to him. What kind of opportunities?
Oh, many opportunities, tax incentives for moving to Riska for all adventurers. We have a beautiful home right on the edge of the city that I would more than happy finance for your group as a base of operations in the area. I offer an executive package for all adventurers who come to Riska. You would be able to house all of your things there and utilize it while you're within Orskath. It is a very enterprising opportunity. Go ahead, tell them this.
He wants to give us the executive package.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Jones, could you ask him if
You might be able to ask him. I think he just doesn't speak Elven.
I'm
Oh.
very hard to understand.
Oh, okay. Mr. Mayor.
He will grab the shoulders of Kobold Jones and duck his head down and goes,
What manner of beast is that? It has ears of a rabbit, but horns like an elk. It is some type of devil beast. Save me, small one, save me. What is this creature who harrows my doorstep?
JJ, you're so imposing.
I think
I
it's
guess
actually
so.
more demonic than it is.
Demon! Foul demon!
it will, you see the mayor leap up from behind Kobold Jones, reach
I'll
behind their
grab him.
door.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
If he's coming forward, I'm.
Oh, no,
just
goes back to his
damaging
house. Reaches to grab something, and you see,
Hold them off just a moment.
they will pop a cork of a small bottle, and you see them dab water on their fingers, and they anoint themselves.
They go, in the name of the 3 realm weavers, protect me from this hellish abomination. Devil, be gone from my doorstep. Be gone, devil, be gone.
JJ, you feel the smallest splattering of holy water touch against your skin.
Yes, you will come no further.
They reach into their belt pouch, and they sprinkle a line of salt in front of Kobold Jones.
Don't worry, little one. I have protected us from this hell beast.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
I don't mean to be that guy,
Of
but
course.
you did say devil and hellish, and really it would be demonic and abyssal.
Oh, you are correct. I apologize. One moment again.
They look at Kobold Jones, take the holy water in their hand, shove it into Kobold Jones's hand,
Use that one for devils later.
goes back into
And
their
just
home.
Drink it.
Yeah, that's fine. It tastes like water. They head back into their home. They come back out, and they have what looks like a small like staff, like a no bigger than like a small rod, really, that has all 3 symbols of the Realm Weavers. And goes,
Demon incursion, you will find no bodies here. Take not your possession. Go elsewhere and harrow away. You will find no quarter here within the mayoral house of me, the black-scaled mayor of Visca. That'll show them, little one.
and we'll pat the top
DM?
of the head. Yes.
Can I run in circles screaming, faking to be scared and or repelled?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Performance or
Yeah.
persuasion?
Yeah. No, performance is good. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh, okay, cool. You start running around in a circle around Jay. You're like, ah! He goes, you again. The head leans all the way down on Kobold Jones' shoulder. This dragonborn, by the way, is very reptilian in nature. Has a very long neck, and it seems to bend at the shoulders, and seems very much not possessed of like heavy bone structure. So it's very like serpentine in its kind of like nature. It leans its head back down on your shoulder, Kobold Jones, on the other side of your plate man, goes,
What is wrong with your goblin? Has it got the worms?
I'm 99% sure that he has those, but I don't think that's the problem right now.
Allow your friend the mayor to help you.
They reach into their belt pouch and they produce a very small, white, crushed pill.
Break this up into a piece of meat and feed it to them. They will shit all of the worms out. You might yet save them. However, if it's already in their lower intestine, it could be hookworms and much more difficult to remove, my friend.
Can I, like, look at it or smell it and identify what he just gave me?
Yeah, go right ahead. It is to be a medicine check.
Well, he is a doctor.
It's a 22.
22. You look it over and you smell it. You know this to be some type of local herb. You're not 100% sure, but it's been crushed up and condensed. It's been pressed into like a pill, just about like a very chalky looking pill, and it even kind of like breaks apart in your fingers a little touch. But from the smell of it, it does reminisce to a number of things that tend to be a very powerful diuretic, and likely would serve to cure worms. Like, is probably not like that far off from what its intended purpose is.
I think I'm gonna have to keep this for later for myself.
Yes, good on those nights in which you have an unfortunate stomach incident, such as swallowing a pig whole. Yes.
Or eating lots of corn.
Corn. Why would you eat corn? We cannot process corn. Dragons cannot process corn, it is known. Are you dense, boy?
More just experimental.
Ooh, this generation frightens me. Your predilection for crazy nutrients is rather uncouth, child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good, then. We've banished the demon and dealt with your elf. What next, dear boy? What next?
I'll look back at everybody.
With. I guess I don't have anything else for you, Jones. I've been dealt with.
What did they say?
They don't have anything else that they want to discuss, I guess. So I guess we're done. I
Very
appreciate you, and I'll reach my hand up to
Yes.
whoever.
They like reach their hand down and like slightly trail their fingers across your glove.
And go, very good, my reptilian childlike friend. May you grow much taller in the future. You are of great stature, but very small, diminutive size.
I can't even imagine what damage I would do to the world if I was your size.
Oh, yes. Hopefully you would run for, perhaps like, vice mayor. You ran for mayor, I would defeat you, friend. For I have never lost an election in 100 years.
Yeah, well, neither have I.
Well, good you don't run against me then. But if you want, you could be a resident of Riska. Got the paperwork and the keys right here. Beautiful summer home, except it's in perpetual winter. That's the well is cold. Makes everything cold. It's like a winter hideaway in summer.
Jones.
Yeah?
Ask him if other adventurers have taken the house and if what they bring with them, if it's still in that house. Or if he takes what people leave behind.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
have other adventurers taken up this executive package before?
Over the years, the decades, yes. Many have sought to avoid the costly fees of the local inn. So I've offered the summer home that they might stay in, on the condition, of course, that the home is yours to keep for as long as you draw breath. I am allowed to keep your image and likeness for use in product placement in perpetuity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that one before.
It's a fairly straightforward deal. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Alright, well, I'll have to think it over.
Well, here, while you're thinking about it,
They again reach into their belt and produce a small rolled scroll. They lean over you, this big kind of gangly dragonborn, and they unfurl the scroll, and you can see this strange image of a group of like noble adventurers. There's like a group of like half orc and like tiefling and like just a very good eclectic mix of adventurers that are all standing out in like action poses with their weapons. And they're in the background, you see a big, like massive dragon breathing a cone of ice onto them from the back, and they all seem to like kind of smiling but slowly freezing to death. And it says, "Visit beautiful Riska. Just avoid the dragon."
look at this. This could be your group next. These flyers did great wonders for us 30 years ago. We got many people interested in this, thinking the dragon was an attraction, until we let them see the dragon, and then they all died. It did It did a number on our tourism business. It was very bad. Not one of my finer moments.
Yeah, mistakes happen.
Yes. But if you want the home, just let me know and we can do the paperwork together.
Okay.
Very good, child. Very good. I'll if that is all.
Yep. All right. Smell you later. I'll turn around and start walking away.
Smell me later. Curious. Be well, small child of the dwarven beards. Keep your eyes to the skies for the white dragon, or its death is inevitable. Also, be sure to visit the curio shop for all of your adventuring needs.
Goes back into their home. You hear the door close, a number of locks swing into place, chains.
That was interesting.
Don't know what I was expecting, to be honest.
I was not expecting that. The good news is he has his diversity quota going pretty good here in Riska. I have to imagine probably no elves though.
I mean, I'm sure some member of Bartholomew's extended family is knocked away here. They're fucking everywhere.
They do seem to be at least one in every city.
Right. So aside from confirmation on the whole corn deal, which I don't think we can gather enough to feed to this dragon to cause it an issue, not too much gained there.
That could be a kind of crazy idea.
And we could try and
A giant cow
break
made of
in
corn.
to that house and see if there's anything useful in it.
You know what? I saw this play one time where a group of adventurers had this plan where one of them gets eaten and then they use an immovable rod inside of the dragon. And if we did like a Trojan horse, but a cow
What
made
is-
out of corn, and then I'm inside it, and we get an immovable rod, this plan is just, it can't fail.
I don't know what Trojan is, for the first thing. And secondly, I'm not opposed to feeding you to the dragon to see how it goes.
Yeah, I've heard that they could be hard to cut open though, so it might be tough to get them on the inside. But
I have a
that's their
feeling you would
scales. I don't
freeze on the
know.
inside.
I think so too.
Yeah, but I mean, he's cold-blooded too, right?
He's colder than cold-blooded.
Oh, he's ice cold killer, huh? All right, well then I'm out of ideas. That's all I had.
I mean, he should be weak to fire, right? Has anyone ever just tried to talk to this dragon? Or do we all just go in swinging?
Well, here's the
That's
good
what
thing.
I asked, but they said it didn't go very well. They said that a bard tried and
Well, they tried.
remember.
They tried seducing the dragon and getting, no one asks if they're doing okay or how they're doing. They've been alone in that lake for so long.
True.
Yeah, and I think you might be onto something with the fire thing because ice is the weakest defensive typing that there is. You got fighting, steel, fire, rock. I think there might be another one too. It pretty much sucks. And I'm good at fighting and steel.
Yeah, but it's split dragon type though too.
All right, so
Please
we got
don't sue
steel.
me, Nintendo. Thank you so much. I can't afford that lawsuit.
Fire's out. I think fighting's okay. And steel, which is all I got, so I think we're good.
The dragon knows more than 4 moves. Sorry. Please don't sue me. Thank you so much. Moto or whoever's in charge of that department, don't worry about it. So what would you all like to do?
We could go and take a look at this flower.
You know, I was
Take a look at
also
the.
I was also thinking about what JJ said, like talking to him. We do have that shred of divinity, and he was left by the Weavers. Maybe us talking to him would be different.
I just don't want to go and try and confront him to any capacity until we're ready for whatever that could lead to.
Oh yeah,
I didn't mean now, but yeah.
that's actually a smart thing, Morgan.
No one's ever said that to me.
Oh,
And she's just gonna turn around.
Alright, I'm just gonna mental note more positive reinforcement for Morgan. Do we want to go look into the well? Do we want to check any other shops?
I mean, we can. I feel like we could always get more, information from folks around town. We're gonna be sitting here for at least another day or so while we figure out whatever the hells we're gonna do here. We could check out that well though. The
I mean,
actual well.
Jones, you said you wanted to check the town well.
Yeah. Something just doesn't seem right.
Okay. And then there was still a few other shops. Smithy. Tannery.
There a seamstress? Can we get those corsets going?
I bet the tannery could probably do it.
Leather corsets. That'd be nice and warm too.
What?
Alright, so corsets first, then the well, and then maybe
Then-
the flower.
We could go and look at the flower, as long as it's not too close to the lake. We need to take a look at that device.
Mhm.
Everything that Kenku said. I was just very suspicious of how this town is.
I feel like
Yeah.
every town's suspicious.
This town is blatantly suspicious because everyone seems insane. But then again, what do you have to be to live near a dragon?
I don't know, I feel like Thule might still be crazier.
It's also quite a strange place. I think this is just aura. Like, just the whole essence of this place is strange. Thule is just like creepy. Definitely, got their own kind of cult society thing.
I mean, the houses in Thule are alive as plant monsters, and they eat you if you slip and fall down the steps too hard and, crash into the drywall.
That's not what happened.
It's
It's
not but it could
absolutely
have.
what happened, and I'm sticking to my story. Thank you very much.
It could have happened. I've done that several
Awesome.
times before. And, you're going down the steps, you miss one, you grab the top of the banister and you rip it off the wall. I'd be dead.
I don't know. Thule kind of made sense to me, but that's just me.
That's because you're a crazy elf.
Yep.
Alright, let's go to the well.
Okay.
All right. Are we going to the frozen well, or are we going to the well in town?
The well in town. The yeast
Gotcha.
well.
The yeast well, not the east or the west. The yeast one. The
thought you said
We had
yeast.
yeast.
So that's why it doesn't freeze. I get it.
we had yeast. All right, so you all head towards not that far, honestly. You're in front of the mayor's house as it is. You head back to the central part of town. You make way, and eventually you do see this very large stone well that has been constructed. It has a very heavy steeple that runs up the sides of it, and seems to have a number of ropes that hang and dangle down below. Looking it over, it seems well enough abandoned, and you can't imagine that there's actual water running through this. As you walk up to it, those of you like Morgan and JJ who have higher perception, you can hear the dripping and creaking sounds of some type of underground water, slowly kind of like collecting at the basin. But otherwise, it seems just eerily left alone. Unlike most cities like this, where the central well in town would likely be used constantly to collect water and kind of, fund a number of things. It seems here that nobody tends to use this well. What would you like to do?
Like to look around for any bakers not
Sure.
minding their business.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
17.
17. As you're kind of looking out and looking around, you can see across the plaza that this well sits in. For the most part, everyone's doors are fairly battened down. They're prepared for snow. They're used to it at this point. They try to keep closed so that snow doesn't collect in their house. You do note, however, across the street, a very large building that seems to have steam rolling off of it. Telltale signs that there is a great warmth within it. One of the second-story windows is slightly ajar, and you just barely see the point of a long-stemmed nose peeking out from the top of this building.
All right, I'm gonna do some military hand signals of try to point out that there's somebody watching.
This is the yeast well, right?
Yeah, I think that there might be a nosy baker who's keeping an eye on it.
Why are we suspicious of this, by the way?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, why? Yeah. Is there a reason we're suspicious of the well?
Because it's come up multiple times. Every time I've asked about going to the well, they talk about this well and here not to go there. And that just kind of like runs a shiver down my spine that there's something else going on in this well rather than just where this dude collects yeast, which that doesn't even seem like a legitimate way of handling yeast. I think it's a conspiracy.
I mean, it would be a damp and semi-warm environment to
Mhm.
yeast would likely form there.
It would be a safe place to keep yeast, especially if you are a baker, because you gotta like feed it. It's like a pet.
Didn't they say something about rats too?
I don't remember. Well, no, there were rats in the inn. Charles is playing cards with them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I meant like in the well.
I'll walk over and look in the well.
You walk over to the well, and are you just like looking down into it?
Yeah, I just lean over a little bit.
You lean over and you see there's 3 heavy ropes that run the length of the well, but the well seems to descend further than your dark vision can view. Along the sides, though, you do note moss and other types of growth slowly emanating from the well. If you kind of lean your head over the edge of the stone, you actually can feel a little bit of heat coming up from the tunnel of the well.
Do the ropes seem to be on a pulley system?
Yeah, there's various long kind of cranks that emanate out from the steeple that is built over the top of the well.
Do I hear anything?
Just regular perception, more or less what everyone hears at this point, which is the soft kind of like rhythmic dripping sound that's kind of like boop, 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 that echoes far deep within the well.
Okay. A well? It's a well. I'm kind of following your lead on this one, Jones. So, do you want to like go down there or something?
I kind of do, but can Aja go down there? Is that a thing?
Depending how deep it is, I can only stay connected to about 100 feet away, but I could send it down. I will flick my wrist and resummon her since I had her dismissed.
She reappears. Cobble Jones, you see the window on the far end slowly creak open a little bit more.
I'm kind of like, I don't know, make some sort of like head movement, like, I'm like, hey, look, we got someone spying on us from the window. Everyone act natural, and then I'll T-pose.
Part of me just wants to go talk to them.
Yeah, but if there is a conspiracy and there's something going on, he's not going to say anything.
How do I act natural in this circumstance? Because this isn't very natural. Because I can't do what you're doing.
I think you just have to let... Sure you can. Just
More
have
like
to,
an F when Vel does it.
Did I just say that I forgot that it was because she didn't have 2 arms?
Took Morgan a little bit to get to the end of that race, but there we are.
I was just imagining Chunkini going down the well, and I was like, that would be a bad idea. And then she says it, and I was like, why?
You can toss Chunkini down there if you want. Good luck.
Not a
Never
good
to
idea.
return.
He could be a really fat bird, though.
And become one with the yeast. So, do we want to go talk to the baker first then, or should I just send Aja down? I like JJ's idea, but I'm willing to follow your lead on this. Although, if she gets popped, you're going to buy me 10 gold worth of incense, because I don't have any more.
Alright, sure. For sure. As soon as I get 10 gold, you get it.
You're going to take a loan from Morgan and buy me 10 gold versus of incense.
Alright, it's gonna cost me probably 1,000, but we'll do it.
I've got a friend and family discount. It's okay.
150
Oh,
at
great.
most.
So 2,000.
JJ, am I good sending her
Yeah.
down?
No,
Good.
it's fine. I was just
Okay.
saying I'm open to talking to him.
Okay,
I'll hold your hand. You're blind.
You could just do both.
I'll send Aja down.
All right, you reach your hand over, and your winged snake slowly unfurls from your arm, slowly begins to kind of come loose. You hear a large screeching sound. Swing open. One of the banisters from across this large home opens, and you can see this window crack open, and you hear, "What the hell are you crazy kids are doing to the well?" You see this large rat folk man yelling at you from atop this home, shaking a fist at you, and goes, "You get away from the well, you freaking crazy kids!"
Alright, I think I know how to do this one. So, who wants to be Scooby and who wants to be Fred?
What are you, a deaf? Get away
Are
from
bugs
the well!
considered?
No, I'm blind!
Oh, hey!
She's blind. Leave her
Tell
alone.
your blind friend to get away from the well!
This is my seeing eye flying snake.
Well, you don't see nothing in the well! Get away from it! You are
This
going
ain't
to
your
ruin the
well.
yeast!
I'm just thirsty.
I don't care what you are!
Are bugs considered Scooby snacks? Because I'll be Scooby.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
um,
Do I get to wear a
Charles
mascot?
Charles and Scooby. He likes
Aw.
cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that kind of fits. Can Orville be Fred then? We'll
I
get him a
think
mascot.
I think
I don't think I'm
Orville
that good with mascot. Sorry.
I think Orville and Jones combined are Shaggy.
2 dudes in a trench coat.
Celeste is Fred for sure.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah. Split up, gang. Again, this rat folk yells from their window, "Get away from the well!"
Well,
You
is it
own
your
this
well?
Yeah,
It might as well be my well.
I think it's the town's well.
No,
so
the town
no.
do not. They do not take care of the well. I do. The bakery take care of the well.
Mm,
Yes.
All right, guys. I've been here before. Just ignore him. What is he gonna do? Come down here?
Probably.
What are you talking about among yourselves? I can't hear you.
Secret stuff.
Oh, well, screw your secrets. If you do not get near the well and away from it, I will have my brothers beat you up.
Please don't.
Well, I will do it.
we don't. We really don't want to beat up your brothers, please.
You wouldn't beat up my brothers. My brothers are very great.
Yeah. Well, can they do this? And I'll do a handstand.
Yes, they can do that.
Shit.
That's right. Be ashamed of yourselves. And get away from the well. Do not put snakes in my well. Poisonous, venomous snakes.
It's just venomous. Poisonous would be if you ate.
Well, I don't have any snake on the menu. No snake bread here. I don't want to eat your snake, girl. Always with the elves walking around putting snakes in wells.
That's what we do.
That's what I hear.
He's right
Why?
there.
Why do you use the well? What are you using the well for?
It make the good yeast. I'm a baker. I make the bread. I bake a piece.
Is that not unsanitary?
Who are you? The Department of Health?
Kind of.
That's incorrecto. I speak to the mayor. He get rid of the Department of Health. So who are you really, you lying? You lying elf girl.
Oh, Department of
I mean, I
She
didn't say I
said
was.
Department of Elf.
I said kind of. Department of Health.
The DOE? The dough? Oh no! You cannot come to me. All of my dough is under regulation.
I don't know.
Joe.
I feel like there might be a lot of snake in your yeast.
There won't be no snake if I break your bones. Now get away from the well.
I don't think that goes together at all.
It 100% goes that way.
There'll be elf bone in your bread if you break my bones over this well.
Well, I've got Bone Breaker's bread on sale today. 50% off.
That's probably a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal. You should come buy some and get away from the well, you smelly elf.
Yeah, but you see what they really do is that they say that it's 50% off, but the 50% off is how much it actually costs normally. So then when it's not on sale, you're getting like screwed, but when it is on sale, then you feel like you're getting a deal, but you're really not.
What did he say? I'm very good at math, but not so good at dumb.
He said it wasn't that good a deal.
Oh, he don't know nothing. I have the best deals in town.
Jones, am I still dropping Aja into this well, or are we going to talk to this guy?
Haven't you been doing that this whole time?
She's literally hanging off an edge of my
Coiled.
arm because I haven't
Oh.
sent her down yet because someone came out and yelled.
Do not
Come
do it.
on.
Do not put your snake in the well.
I'm gonna shoulder over in front of the snake so he can't see it.
What are you doing?
And then I'm gonna kind of whisper like, "You're supposed to have been doing that this whole time."
What
If you
sort
would've
of
just done
magic
it
trick is this? I don't
originally,
like it.
We would have
I-
already known what's
Make your
down
little
there, and
kobold
everything would
friend
be
move.
fine.
Oh my gosh, but he said not to, and
You
I don't
fucking
know.
degenerates! Get away from
And
the
he
well.
said, He said the mayor.
Who do you think the mayor's gonna trust? A rat folk
Hey-
or a kobold?
Probably the raffle.
Probably his citizen?
I don't
We
think.
could say we're more interested in the executive package, you know, distract him a little bit.
Yeah, see? Thank you. Morgan's always on my side. It probably has nothing to do with like the 10,000 gold I gave her.
So
Nope.
you've already paid out then.
Alright, so what has Azar seen?
I'll let Asher go down there.
You drop Aja in there. What happened? What happened to the? What did you do? And
We're
they-
just
they start yelling.
we're
Aja
just chilling.
Aja gets down, and you're gonna view through her eyes. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
view through her eyes, and you start making down. You get a full 100 feet down. Still don't see the bottom.
I have her start coming back then.
I will say at about 100 feet, you start noticing the stone laying for this well has fallen away to just packed earth, and it looks as if something has dug this tunnel further deeper.
Okay. So, Jones, the well goes away after a while, and it just becomes like a dug hole. But that's over 100 feet away down. So I'm having Aja come back.
Is there more yeast down that far?
I've only seen like moss growth, right?
Yeah, towards like the lower end, you start smelling like up through Aja's scent and like the snake tongue. She can taste various fungi growths and cultures being fermented and grown down below the well surface. Once she gets about 75 feet below the earth, the heat is night and day. It's almost like a sauna down there, like this weird like temperate enclosure down there.
Sorry,
Something
kid.
like that.
Yeah, it's warm down there, which that's I should expect, but I don't know how much further it goes.
Aja will return to you if you call her back.
Yep.
I don't know. It seems pretty sus.
You there? Why you ignoring me?
I'll pull out a cigarette and light it up and just be sitting there. I'm just hanging out. It's a clove, by the way. It's just like
You're
extra.
you're
dirtbag.
loitering. Go away, you annoying little man.
There's no laws against it, bro.
There will be once I lobby for it.
Oh,
All
the
right, well.
powerful bakery lobby.
That's right.
See
We
you
have
later then.
a controlling interest in Riska.
All right, well, I'll see you when you lobby.
All right. I will see you then, you small, annoying little man.
Okay.
Get a leash for your elf. Walking around unrestrained. Poisoning people's wells with snakes.
No leash law here either, buddy.
There is a leash law.
Is there?
Where?
It's not posted anywhere, but it's well known.
Are there any police in Riska?
What?
Gods.
No, there
Are
are
there
no
any-
guards. It's a citizen's arrest.
Oh, so you have
Is
no
there a jail?
jurisdiction.
No, there is no jail. The mayor, he make the jail into a summer home for adventurers.
Oh.
So then
We
what
see.
happens if you break laws?
But then you have a very nice vacation for like 6 to 8 months usually.
After your brothers beat them up, right?
That is right.
Does he then send them to go fight the dragon?
No, but that is a good idea. We should start doing
Oh,
that.
no.
Death by dragon. I like the sound of this. What is your name, girl?
A girl has no name?
A girl has no
What?
name, so we will call it the no-name law in honor of you. All punishers sent to the frozen well.
This is the strangest town I think I've ever been in, y'all.
I told you this was weirder than Thule.
This is definitely weirder than
I
Thule.
don't think so. There's like a druid god who lives in the middle of that city.
That's,
What?
That's not that weird.
It's extremely weird, and I don't.
Not.
You're never gonna convince me that there's another place weirder. I mean, the next weirdest thing is that there's like a hidden temple of elves in the Elven City that no one goes to or sees anything about. That's also really weird. This is just like the Wild West.
Not that weird. It's
By
just how
Will
things
Smith.
are. Who?
He's like a dwarven legend.
Oh.
Really, really good at basketball.
Jones, I'm still following your lead on this one. How much more are we harassing this baker? Or do we want to look into how deep this goes? Because that's going to be like a whole expedition at this point.
Sounds like we have the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much done because I don't think that we have resources to handle it right now. But it does feel kind of good to make his voice hoarse because he's not very nice.
I mean, he's not being nice because we walked up and started being like intolerable use near his well.
Yeah, well.
Yes, well.
Maybe if he was nicer, we wouldn't have to be intolerable youths.
We did kind of entreat on his.
Whoa, hang
Well,
on.
the town's
I was about to
strange
say, I don't
well.
like it when you're saying his.
The town's strange yeast well.
He has commandeered this well from the general public.
If no one else
You
is
cannot
claiming it,
own a public property. This is for the people.
Well,
but no one's
it
using
seems like
it.
no one's bothered by it. I think
I
they'd
think-
rather have the bread.
Yeah, I think it is a private property at this point.
Which actually, to be honest, I am kind of curious if this bread is any good from this special well yeast.
I was going to go ask if he had any olive loaf. That shit's good.
Well, bread's not good for kobolds, so
Is anything good for kobolds?
meat.
Meat.
Mate.
It'll wreck your gallbladder.
I don't even think I have one of those.
What would you all like to do?
Well, I mean, I guess from here the next thing we had to do was the flour, and then after that the corsets. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy some bread to apologize for all of this. Could someone lead my blind ass there?
Yes, I will lead you there because I
Ooh, I'll
really
lead.
like some fresh bread.
We have the eyeless lead the blind.
So you guys are heading down to the bakery that this rat man is yelling from.
Yes.
All right. Easy enough. You guys cross the central plaza area. He sees you coming. You see them pull both sides of their window, close and lock it. They head downstairs. You hear like some shuffling from inside, and eventually when you guys arrive at the door, you ting ting open into this bread shop. It smells heavenly. There are dozens of fresh baked loaves of various bread, rye, marbles, brioche, ciabattas, multigrain, even like pita loaves that are all in there. As you walk in though, you do note there is about a half dozen, 6 or so individuals that are all standing around the shop shoulder to shoulder. And 4 of them are like currently brandishing very large wooden mallets that seem to have flour over the sides of them, and they all seem to be standing at attention with large colored aprons. You see one is dressed in yellow, one in red, green, and purple. And you see this individual come down from the bakery and kind of look over and look you all over and go, "All right, no funny business. You come here to buy the bread, yes?"
I was really expecting his brothers to be plumbers, not other bakers.
What?
Nothing, sorry. Yes, we saw the well, it was beautiful, and we're curious about some bread.
Very good. What kind of bread can I get you?
An olive loaf.
Olive loaf. Of course, I have that for you. You just want a one loaf, or you want a two loaves?
Oh, just one for me. Does anyone else want anything?
Could I get some of that brioche?
Brioche bread, of course. I make it in a small little round. You can hollow it out and put a bit of soup in there. You want it like that, or you want a whole loaf?
Do you have soup, or do I need to go procure my own soup?
We have a way to make a soup.
I'll just take it, and I'll make soup later.
You make a
I
soup
don't wanna
yourself?
bother. Well, I'll have the inn make the soup.
Oh, the inn soup is a crap. I make the good soup for you. I can make all kinds of soup for you. I got the crawdad soup. I got the mushroom stew. I got the tomato bisque. I can make all kinds of soup for you.
Okay, whatever soup that you want to make.
But
Okay.
I wouldn't be making it. I can have it made for you. For these are the Super Rat Bros.
Oh, the super rat bros.
That's right.
Okay.
They make it a soup.
They make it a soup. Okay.
And you see all the rat folk kind of like nod along. Yeah.
Whichever one that's ready to make some soup, let's go.
All right, very good. Marco, go make it a soup. You hear? Okay, boss. He walks into the back, hands his hammer to the next person in line, who's this individual in like this kind of like gold penchant, kind of like apron, and heads into the back and goes, "Let's go." And goes into the back, and you start hearing like chopping sounds and cutting. He goes, "All right, the soup will come up. You just want to be put in the brioche bread, and you have it for a good lunch."
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh, very good. And you just want the one loaf, the olive loaf, eh?
Yes.
Very good. Is it going to get you anything else? We have all kinds of services we make. We make a fresh cheese. We make a pretty good, various types of mushrooms and fungi we can get you. Any type of food you want, we make it for you.
I should pick up some fresh cheese for Charles.
A fresh cheese for Charles. You know a Charles?
Yeah.
Small little guy, eh?
Yeah, a little dire rat kind of guy.
Dire rat, oh my ass. He stiffed me for 3 gold pieces this morning at the inn.
He stiffed you? Really?
That's right. He was cheating, I know he had. He had 4 aces. There's no way there's 4 aces in the deck. I never seen it before.
But there are 4 aces in the deck.
Says you, elf girl.
I know how to play cards.
Oh, you know how to play the elf cards, but you do not know how to play the rat cards.
Well, in elf cards, there are 4 aces.
Yeah, in shifter cards. Shifter cards?
Shifter.
In general cards.
Well, I don't play with no decks that are shifty. No shifty players.
I think you're just underestimating how good Charles is.
He's
I've
no
played,
good. He's a
I played
little
red
guy.
cards.
What
Isn't
you
there
say?
a different ace of each type?
There's multiple
suit
types
is
of
different.
aces, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, did he have any duplicates? That's an easy way to know that he was cheating.
I don't know. Lewis, yeah? Goes, did he have the 4 different aces? He goes, yeah, he had 4 different aces. He goes, all right, maybe he weren't cheating. But still, 3 gold pieces is a lot of money.
You think about how little he is. Where would he have hidden the cards? He was cheating.
I don't know. He lit a candle without using anything. He snapped his finger as the light come on. He's some kind of crazy wizard or something.
Yeah, anyone can do that. I'll snap my fingers and either make a light turn on or off.
5 people, all 5 of the Super Rat Bros look at you, and the 4 that are holding hammers like brandish them upwards. They go, "What is he, Super Rat?" Goes,
I told you
whoa.
anyone could do that.
Whoa, calm down here. No magic inside the bakery. You light everything on fire.
It's not cheating to light a candle.
Okay, whatever you say there. Just I make your bread for it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeesh. Oh, the magic walking around, snapping your fingers on and off with the lights. So we pay good money for these candles. Oi. Starts packaging up olive loaf. Eventually, Marco comes out from the back and has this like nice bread bowl that's been hollowed out and filled with a fresh tomato basil soup. There's a little wooden spoon in there. You hear, be careful, this is very hot.
Lovely, thank you.
Of course. Might I just say as well, your horns are coming in very nice so today.
Oh, thank you.
Of
That's
course.
very kind.
Of course, very kind to you, miss. They goes and walks over to the one wearing like this golden penchant and grabs the hammer back and takes their position back as like this like weird guard force, but they're willing to work with you guys. You see the baker look you all over and kind of like tap his furry little fingers on the thing. Goes, all right, I got an olive loaf, brioche with some soup. Get you anything else, or is that the total for you?
Anybody else?
Just to confirm, no snake bread.
Oh no, I don't make no elf and snake bread. It's bad. It's venomous. You eat it and it bites back. It's not good. I do have a cockroach loaf though.
That's what I was going to ask. If you had like a spread of bugs.
Yeah, no, it's a cockroach ciabatta. It's we crush the cockroaches in it and make it into a flour. Then we use the yeast from the well. We grow it up, and it's really good. It's a little gamey, but you know it's come out good.
Give it a shot. Why not?
All right. Well, I wouldn't shoot the bread, but I would eat it. Yeah. He goes and pulls out this it's like this very dark, well roasted brown loaf and kind of sits it there for you. He goes, all right. May I offer you some margarine for it? Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
a jam? You want a jam?
Oh, jam would be nice.
Jam would be good. I got a blueberry, a strawberry, a toe jam.
What now?
A toe jam.
What is that?
The jam made of the toes.
Like, slide his foot out of his shoe.
Yes, are you dumb? You don't know the common tongue? I say it like this. It is a toe jam. I make it out of the toes.
Thank
Whose
you.
toes?
Trade secret, ma'am. We can tell you.
Is it in the well?
I can't tell you about it. Family secret. We
Okay,
har-
I'll have the
we
toe jam.
harvest our toes from a
Can I
natural
have toe
source.
jam on the side, please?
Toe jam on the side. Of course, I get you a preserve of it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Goes and puts everything together, looks you all over. What else can I get you?
I know you have a Italian accent, but
What?
do you do
What?
French onion?
French onion. I know. We could do. And looks over and goes, Marco, can you do a French? I never know what the French is, but I can do an onion soup. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, boss. I can do an onion soup. He goes, he could do an onion soup for you.
Yeah, but it's gotta have like the cheese layer with like the breading inside.
What kind of cheese you need? I got all kinds of cheeses.
Shit, I don't know what.
Walter,
French-
make of the cheese. And you see this guy wearing yellow goes, hey, make of the cheese for you, boss.
Does anyone know what kind of cheese it is on a French onion soup?
I don't know what a French is.
Ooh.
Can I get some Gouda though?
Good.
Oh.
I get the good cheese for you. Yeah, of course.
On when my mom makes just onion soup, she puts a little bit of Gruyere and a little bit of mozzarella, like super stringy pulley cheeses.
Stringy pulley cheese. I don't make no cheese out of string, but I can make some cheese that spray real good for you.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
okay, I got you, boss. No worries. You see this guy in yellow take his hammer, hand it to another rat folk on the edge who's wearing this bright pink kind of penchant, and hands the hammer. Goes, oh, like almost drops it and goes, hold on to this. I get the cheese for you. And goes into the back, comes back out and has 2 hunks of cheese. Goes, I got this stringy cheese, and it's a big white block of cheese. Goes, and I got the Gouda cheese. That's a Gouda right there. It smells really bad, which means very good. All right, so I think I have this for you. I got the cheeses, I got the brioche, I got the soup. Oh, you need the French onion, though, eh? I don't have no French cheese. You got the French cheese, I got that, but I got the onion soup for you. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Marco, go get him a soup. All right. And goes into the back, comes back out, has like this small, like metal tin. You can smell heavy onion. He kind of just sits it down and goes, there you go, boss. I get you the number 1 onion for you. There you go. You got the onion soup. Is that all you're going to need today? Very good. So I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The total comes out to 3 gold pieces and 6 silver.
Okay. JJ will go ahead and pay it.
He collects the 3 gold pieces and like sets it off to the side, and then takes the 6 silver and puts it in a small coin tin. He takes the 3 gold pieces and hands them over to the guy making the soup. Goes, here you go, Marco, the 3 gold pieces. He goes, thank you, I appreciate it. There we go. All right, then, all the sales are final. I hope you enjoy. The bread, all fresh make. The soup, all fresh make. The cheese, all fresh make. No preserve, so you must eat it soon.
Except for the toe jam, right? Isn't that just a preservative?
Oh, that is a preserve. Yeah, no, we crushed that down really hard. We put a lot of things in it to make sure it don't go bad. But you probably should eat that pretty quick too. Like, I wouldn't wait like more than maybe a month or so.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you, little annoying lizard man. No. What are you?
Name's Kobold.
Your name is Kobold, or you are a Kobold?
Both.
Wow, that's crazy. Your parents very inventive, I can see.
Yeah, I think so.
All right then. Well, be good, Mr. Kobold, and your friends. Get a leash for your elves.
Yeah, I should probably do that.
You should probably do that. Before they go poisoning the well with snakes. I seen it.
Gonna put so many snakes in that well.
You better not. I will beat you up. And you see the other guys like, I will beat you up.
Alright, let's go eat some lunch.
Good. Thank you. Come again, but not near the well. You guys
Alright,
exit.
Jones, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that well's really suspicious, but I honestly think it's just something really goofy down there, probably.
Maybe. I mean, isn't there like because there's heat like in this whole place, right? There's heat emanating off of stuff you said in the town.
The bakery. The bakery is very warm, and various buildings are warm, of course, because they have fires going in them. But Riska is a city on the brink, like it is on the edge of a frozen lake where an ice spewing dragon lives. So the town outside is frigid, like very cold.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason you said something about there being like steam everywhere and stuff still. But...
No, so the well itself emanates an aura of heat and steam. But no, yeah, not too much. You get the warmth of it simply because of how close the buildings are. Like, you assume that if everyone turned off their fires, it'd be miserable in this city.
Gotcha.
It's kind of that old Detroit feeling. There's so much industry going on in certain districts that you're like, man, it is hot here, and you're like, no, it's like 30 degrees outside, but you just happen to be in the area where all the fires are. Or certain parts of California when someone lights a match, the whole thing just goes up in flames.
Australia too.
Australia's the same way. Bushfires are crazy.
Thanks, eucalyptus.
Yeah, sorry, eucalyptus. But all right, so you guys are heading back to the inn to have lunch.
And then we'll take a bit to study the item we got and then go see the flower. Does that sound good? Right, let's do that.
All right, you all make your way back to the inn. Easy enough to do. You arrive without much delay in town at all. Upon arriving at the inn, you manage to set your table, crack into your breads, your soups, your cheeses. They're all quite phenomenal, very well made. Shockingly, for as strange and peculiar as these rat individuals might be, they, for quality, cannot be bested. But as you guys enjoy your short rest and lunch, I feel that our viewers and I would appreciate a short rest as well. So we will come right back to Second Awake in 10 minutes. We have 8:41 on the clock here, Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back at 8:51. Keep it here live for more Second Wake. See you in a bit. Peace. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us after the break. If you are still with us here live on Twitch, we do thank you, you level 20 characters. If you're catching up after this has been posted up on YouTube, hello from the past, man and woman of the future, or they, them of the foreseeable future. Hello from the world of tomorrow. When we last left the Seekers of Galanti, they were exploring a bit more of the city of Riska, finding some of their colorful individuals found and possessed of a mighty thing. After dealing with some bakers, they discovered that they are very protective of their well that grows the yeast for their breads and various things, their fungi of cheeses and the like, and now reside to take a small afternoon respite at the local inn. In doing so, see what I did there. You all break bread, quite literally, cheeses and the various accoutrements. The food is very well prepared. Those of you having soup, you can tell that it is of quite remarkable quality, and it's just on the brink of being something that might even be served at the lady's home. Those of you who are enjoying of the short rest may gain 5 temporary hit points for a well-earned and deserved meal. As you all are conversing about what to do next, you do see a rather familiar sight head down from the second story of the inn. A very small rat of your own accompanying, clad with a small sack over their shoulder. They slowly hobble down, and you see them look you all across the room before scurrying over to the table and climbing up on top of one of the chairs. Looks you all and goes,
Oh, hey, you're back. I missed you this morning. I forgot that we were doing stuff here. Nobody came and got me.
Also, you said you had your game to get on, so we didn't want to interrupt
yeah.
you.
No, I got my game on. It was pretty good. But I thought there would be a lot more cheese, and there was not. Here.
Well,
and he tosses this bag onto the table, and you hear this clattering sound. He goes,
There's like some stuff in there that people got, and I don't care. I thought they didn't wager cheese, and apparently they're real stingy on where the cheese dragon is, so bullshit. I like it.
I did get you some cheese while we were out, so
Oh, score. Okay, I'll
slide
trade
it
you.
over.
I'll trade you this bag.
and he takes this big thing of cheese
Oh, that smells good. That's the good stuff.
and starts nibbling on the side of this cheese.
I'll take a look at what he got out of these rats.
Sure. Inside this bag, you find a total of 8 gold pieces, 6 silver pieces, a very small diamond, like a tiny little diamond, 4 gold teeth, and what can only be described as a like pirate's treasure map. It seems to be scrawled on the back of a like what would almost be like a label. And it's rolled up quite well, but as you open it up on the back, on like the front facing side, it seems to be like an advertisement for Riska. But then on the main side, it seems to be a hastily scrawled map of the town with a big red X painted somewhere within the confines of the town. It's kind of hard to make out. It's very crude.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I got for my games. Oh, this cheese is good.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. No trade backs.
Yeah, Orville, what do you make of this?
My
Yeah,
cheese.
can I take a look at that?
Yeah. So you look over the small pirate map.
Uh-huh.
All right, go right ahead. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Do I get anything for having proficiency with cartographer school tools?
I will give you advantage for that.
Okay. Yes, wonderful. Total of 10.
Total of 10. It's crude. I mean, this thing is rough. It looks like whoever did this was not trained in cartographer's tools. There's a lot of like squiggly lines all over the place. There's like arches and stuff. It doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense as you're looking it over. You get the feeling that this location is somewhere in Riska, but you wouldn't be able to know heads or tails even where it's supposed to be. As you turn the map, it seems like it's always valid no matter what cardinal direction it's held up to. And just seems like a total crapshoot.
This is not the work of a professional. I couldn't make head nor tail ear of this thing. I'm sorry, gal.
That's okay. Can I see if I can even discern like a starting point or anything?
Sure. You can give me an investigation check. Are you trained in investigation?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Straight roll.
17.
17. You look it over and it almost seems as if the main marking, the big red X, is a like you are here. note on the map, you see there are lines that emanate out from the red X at various locations in town. You're not 100% sure what this is supposed to go to, but it seems to be various locations just around Riska. And you're not sure there's any rhyme or reason to where these X's are from.
Okay. I mean, we could try and follow this and see if there's anything at the ends of these paths.
Charles, did you get this from the Baker folk?
No, I got it from another guy. Guy didn't have any
Uh,
money.
What do you look like?
It was small. Skin was like, man, it was like gray or something. Big ears. Real fast talker. I don't know past that. I didn't get his name.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Oh, he had nice shoes. Real nice shoes. I tried to get him to wager his shoes. He wouldn't wager his shoes.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, no, next time. He's apparently gonna be back tomorrow, so I'll probably try to get him with something. Cards are really easy, by the way. Figured out how to win at cards.
How do you win at cards?
You just have the best cards.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is the way to win at cards.
It's like really
Yeah.
simple. I don't know how people have problems with this game.
As I finish up eating a little bit, I'll ask Celeste for the device and give it a once over.
Celeste brings this device, this big metal cylinder, and kind of sets that on the table, and she's like, now be careful with it. A little touchy.
Understood. I'll take a moment to take off any metal that I'm wearing and set it down before I start looking it over.
Sure. Give it a once over. It's a big metal sphere or cylinder that has a twisting top to it.
Is there no inscriptions or?
Nope.
Nope.
It's like clean on all sides.
Okay. I'll just try and identify it then. I'll spend time casting the identification spell.
Sure. Let's see. All right. You take time. You spend your ritual to cast Identify, and you seem to generate this looming shadow that slowly forms into a person. As you touch onto this object, this heavy, almost dark creature looms under your shoulders and goes,
Again, I am called forth from within your bounds to identify something rather peculiar. And peculiar this is. Truly, no magic can determine precisely how this object works. Scholars have debated for millennia into exactly how such a device might function. By twisting the top, it completes some sort of polar attraction to materials within, creating an illusory field responsible for a force that can pull on other ferro-type materials, such as iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, and of course can attract or repel others with unseen forces. A rather curious device, to be sure. Likely the work of an artificer. This has been a use of the Identify.
Here's my thought. If we can get something metal on this dragon, use this thing to anchor it to the ground,
Like an immovable rod inside of it.
like an immovable rod inside of it. If you get an immovable rod inside of it, you don't need this pulling the immovable rod, though. Also, can this pull an immovable rod?
An immovable object and an unstoppable force. An argument as old as time.
Dun, dun.
It's been argued for millennia, apparently.
Science time.
Can I tell, without activating it, how many levels of setting it has?
It doesn't look like there's settings. It looks like once it's slid into place, it locks and starts.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't
It's like a
the
like a
amount,
screw
it was
top.
just... Okay.
Yeah, no.
Still, this could be useful. Because you had a hard time budgeting it, didn't you, Jones?
Oh yeah, I tried really hard, couldn't get out. I think I rolled like a 24.
I don't know what that means.
Magic.
It means I tried real hard.
Try real
Well, a
hard, boss.
24 is a very high number on a scale of maxing out around near 30 most of the time. So that's impressive.
A scale of 30.
It's
That
even
was on the
higher on a
effort
scale of 24.
I just don't... I don't know what we would get stuck on a dragon to pull it down to the ground. Or you could hold it and pull yourself, but still need to get something on the dragon.
Or, hear me out, I stand underneath the dragon, and then Orville does his crazy monk shit, and he runs up on top of the dragon, and then activates it, and then I just go blasting up through the center.
What's Orville holding to make that happen? He barely wears any metal.
No, like he's got the cylinder on top.
Oh, okay, I
He
see what you're saying.
activates it, and then I come up through the dragon.
That's...
Does it work that far?
I don't think so, but it would be cool.
Okay.
We have to test its distance and range. We could go outside of the city a little bit and play with magnets, see how far it goes.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but it also might not be our solution to the dragon. This might be a solution to something else down the line. Not everything has to serve an immediate purpose.
No, I honestly don't know what its purpose is. It's definitely something curious. I was more thinking it could still be a tool to be used in our current situation, though. If we had a way to get something metal on the dragon that the dragon could not remove.
Like a ring that was too tight.
Yes.
Alright, so flowers and then corset.
true. I mean, if you think about it, though, there might be.
JJ, you're a little bit of a robot right now.
Beep boop.
Yes, you're very gobbly.
A warforged.
Please wait as this JJ resets.
Start doing that wacky wave inflatable arm flailing tube, man. Whenever we wait. Come on down to Big Jim's wacky wave. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to be garbly, so
Oh goodness.
yeah. I'll just be
Okey-dokey.
quiet. It's fine.
Burbles. No. Garbles. Garble garbles. Oh. 1 second. Running it.
Okay. So. Now we're going to slight RP for time while JJ figures this shit out.
Oh, we're stalling for time. I love this.
Do you think my silver friend is magnetic?
Oh.
Maybe I could detach some part of her, you know?
I mean, does anyone even
That's-
know how magnets work?
think that's a question that nobody knows.
Yeah, no one in the world understands baptism.
It's like fucking magic.
But silver was not one of the metals my spectry companion mentioned. I'm not sure.
I don't know if she's necessarily fully silver. We've eaten a lot of things, so
That's an interesting question. When that happens, does it become more organic, or does the matter that it eats becomes the silver?
Yeah, but when it comes to magic, then it throws another wrench into the equation because how do you know that silver can't be necessarily organic in a magic society?
that is a good question. I know it's not necessarily magnetic, but it is kind of like a magic silver, so we don't really know if it is silver.
I miss
Hey, yo, what up?
JJ.
It's Cobalt Jones here.
I'm a ghost.
Fully reloaded at this point.
Oh, hey, yo, it's me, Orville.
Also, I think we should get more of those pills that make you go to the bathroom so we can get more corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Really the solution for every kobold in need.
Or if didn't someone say they had a catapult spell? Am I making that up? Did someone have that?
There is a catapult spell. I don't. Hold on, let me check Grimory.
That
'cause I
somehow
don't
sounds
remember.
worse
No, I just
than
thought
what you
like,
went through last time.
catapulting the pill into the dragon's mouth.
It has 2 breath weapons then? Is that what we're...
No, I don't have
poison and
catapult.
frost.
Oh God!
I fully understand your reasoning here.
Oh, that's a horrible mental visual.
Spins around at that point. Whatever happens, happens.
We'll just distract it with diarrhea.
Yeah, we flip
Always
a
works
coin.
for
It's
me.
either a con save or a dexterity save. Up to you. All right. So, anything else you guys want to do here in the inn, or what you guys would like to do in town? Up to you guys.
So do we want to give the flower a 1 silver before trying to interact with it? As long as it's not too close to the lake? I mean, we can give the lake a little bit of a glance too then.
Bit of a recon mission. Check it out
Yeah.
before we go.
Sounds
Done.
good.
Joe.
Right. So headed off towards the frozen well.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So you guys make your egress from the local inn, making your way as well. JJ, did you give your voice? You good?
No, she can't hear or...
I'm good now.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, you were good now.
Bam, we did it. America. I'm gonna start saying that as often as possible. Like, this one's for the troops. Like, you just yell it. All right. So, you guys make your way northward out of Riska. You pass the city limits. You eventually do come into view of a very large and frozen lake. The frigid well itself seems to span well over a mile, as far as your eyes can see. And there is a layer of cloudy bifrost that seems to kind of cling and hover just above the surface of the frozen water. While there's no visual sight of whatever this massive dragon might be, there is a looming danger. The more that you guys get closer to the well, every few hundred feet you pass, slowly coming into view near the edge of the well, you can see collections of frozen statuesque individuals, some several hundred feet deep into the well itself. But you can see almost like a small art installation of various frozen creatures that seem to run the length of the well itself. Much to what you guys have been already led to believe, somewhere near the edge of the well itself, you see a rather peculiar sight. No more than maybe about 50 foot from the eastern bank of the Frigid Well, you can see a soft, radiant ruby glow, slowly kind of warming a hearth of snow around it in a semicircle. You can kind of make it out even from the bank of the southern shore.
How close to the lake is it?
Again, it's about 50 to 100 feet or so away from it, give or
Okay.
take. Fairly close.
Should be worried that going near that flower might rouse the attention.
I mean, I guess it could. Are there any bodies that are about that equidistance away?
No, not really. It seems as if this kind of stands by its own. It's far enough from the shore that it doesn't seem to be touching the frozen well itself. But what is kind of strange about this glow is it does seem to emanate from an object itself. As you guys near it, you start to see that there is this very peculiar looking, almost wild flower that is grown from the earth. And it has these kind of ruby petals and a heavy looking bulb that seem to be closed as if the flower is yet to bloom. In about a 5-foot radius around the flower, there is this bright green overgrowth that doesn't seem to befit the snowy landscape around Riska. Almost seems unnatural in a sense.
Suppose I can try to identify it.
Are you sure you want to touch it?
No, but I have touched many things that I am unsure about touching.
Alright.
As
Say
we
go for it.
get closer to it, I'll like move my hand into the area that it's making.
You kind of wave your hand into it, and there's a warmth, almost like a feeling of spring and fresh air that is completely different from the area of the kind of outside world that you all surround yourselves in. As you kind of waft your hand over this, you do feel this kind of like uplifting and warming feeling emanating from the flower itself.
Okay, well, it seems quite pleasant. I'll walk into the area and kneel down next to it and try and delicately cast identify.
You reach forward and tap the edge of the kind of ruby petals, and the flower blooms to life. You see in the bed of this flower a very small winged creature wearing rather unusual attire. They are, by all accounts, for those of you trained in nature or in Arcana, they seem to be a sprite of some sort, and they wear a kind of strange-looking furred pelt area, bright ruby red hair, and a pair of 4 wings emanate from their back. They slowly, stretch out on this flower and turn and look, their eyes darting to and fro, bright emerald green jewels affixed from their eyes, and they kind of stare and look at you and go, "Well, who are you supposed to be?"
Hello, my name is Vel.
Vel. You see this creature. Small little sprite. Everything in risk. So you see this small sprite. They kind of look you over up and down and go, "Vel. Now, there's a name I've not heard in some time. Vel. Would you be Vel Uthil?"
Yes.
"Oh, it's about time you got here." And she seems to kind of like flitter up from the flower and then sit on the very edge of one of the petals. And seemingly from nothing, snaps her fingers and a long nail file appears and she starts kind of like scratching at her nails. She goes, you know, for a long time I sat here waiting, and I had no idea why I was waiting here for so long, but I was told that eventually a group of adventurers would be wise enough to come here to the Frigid Well. It's been a long time, and apparently a lot of people thought this flower was cursed. Really, I don't like the cold. I'm not a fan of the cold. Sorry. You can call me Paula.
Paula, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, of course. Pleasure's mutual or whatever. So I assume you got our letter, right?
From Rattle.
Yeah. Oh, going by Rattle these days. Yeah, of course, it would be the same person, I believe. Yeah, there's a number of rather interesting things that are apparently deep within this well, and I'm here to make sure the door opens for you. Provided you can get me to the door.
Yeah, there's a dragon along the way?
Yeah, it's a big scaly reptile or whatever. It'd be completely fine. You just go in there, you do your bang, bang, bang thing, and we get everything taken care of.
Okay.
Rattle had the utmost faith in your abilities.
Would we have known Rattle by a different name?
I don't know who you know. You know any captains?
A few.
Well, maybe you know him that way. Not really, my knowledge of knowing your knowledges. You know, I've kind of been in a flower for a while.
No, that's fair enough. Do you know how long it's been?
No. I've been sleeping like honestly, some of the best sleep of my life. But I was told to wait here, so I'm waiting. Of course, to answer any questions you might have as well, there's a lot of pertinent information, I assume, that wasn't included in the letter. We weren't sure who might get that letter, so of course there's very few things we could have shared with you. But now I'm here, and you're here, and I assume these are the rest of the Gulanis. Hello, Gulanis.
Well, howdy.
Howdy indeed. Well, not very impressive. I was expecting bigger. Maybe armored and tough. Kind of like this guy, but, you know, more vertically inclined.
Yeah, I'm more of a horizontal kind of guy.
Sure, of course. You seem the type. But anyway, if Rattle thought that you were the right people for the job, then you were the right people for the job. There's an object, shall we say, that was sealed away a long, long time ago by these realm weavers, or whatever you want to call them, and it would be in your best interest to uncover this item along with some other relics, and provided that you can remove this item from its housing, we would be greatly appreciative of your services and likely compensate you accordingly.
Why do you want the item removed?
Well, I don't want anything. Truthfully, I'm really only here in a secretarial capacity. Rattle is more or less my boss, friend, confidant, companion of sorts. I'm just here to make sure that you have the best possible chance of success.
Okay. Is there any other pertinent information you said that we should know?
Pertinent information. I hear it's cold. It looks cold out there. Not too terribly much. I do believe, well, quite honestly, that Rattle had a sense about you. There'd been a number of words that had been exchanged among his association. Shall we say, the captains that he hangs out with, and they had a number of curious news sources stating a number of things about these Galani Seekers, which I know to be you all, and saying that you are the new up-and-coming types here within the land. So if anyone was able to recover this relic, it would certainly be your group. And they wanted to make sure that, well, you had the information to do such. That way you could actually stand a chance when the time would come.
Okay.
And what time is that?
Oh, get a load of this. I believe the term is the end of the world. Well, I guess in this sense, it'd be the end of the Everwield. There's a big boss. Like, I have my boss, companion, confidant, and Rattle, there we go, Rattle has their own boss, who is more or less on their way here. And Rattle doesn't quite get along with his boss, shall we say. So we came up with this idea that we would write you a letter, but we didn't want to get him in trouble. So we wrote a very vague letter with the hope that maybe you would understand where we was coming from, to give you the best possible chance, of course. The relic here is something that has been, shall we say, a thorn in the side of your predecessors, and has been a legend handed down from generation to generation. And I'm here to make sure that you all are on the right path for it. Because, truth be told, and, well, looking you over, without this, I don't think you really stand a chance once the big guy gets here. Really, I thought you'd be stronger by now, or at least, something different. This one here, the tall gal, she looks close enough, but it seems like there's a battle of wills being happening.
You said that your boss goes by a different name. What name do you know your boss by?
Oh, I know him by Rattle, I believe is the correct name.
You said John?
I don't believe no, I don't believe that is the name that I used. I think Rattle was the correct name. The name is not important. We're not trying to get anyone in trouble here. We're just trying to make sure that you, the Galani Seekers, are well prepared to fight Rattle's boss when it arrives. It's a real bad guy. Well, bad them. Force. What would you call an inevitability? One of those types of things.
But does this boss have to do with, like, things in the East? Or things maybe in Ravon?
The East. Never heard.
Like Artnum?
No, Artnum I've been to. Well, rather, I've heard of, but I was there. But I'd only been there for a while. Mostly, okay. Rattle and I hung out there a few times. Okay. You could say that we constructed. We're on a working relationship with those individuals, but it's a real messy business, and I'm not really for it. Well, rather, Rattle isn't for it, so that makes that I'm not for it either. All you need to really know is that we're on your side.
Do you know Rattle's boss's name?
I never really thought to ask. I heard it mentioned a few times, but truth be told, I also know better, at least in my line of work, that you don't really go around saying names of powerful individuals, because typically they have a way of knowing if you're talking about them. Yeah, there's an old saying that if your ears are burning, it's because someone's talking about you. Well, that becomes a bit more literal when you're omnipotent, you know? You have a presence about you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's walking through realms, probably on that same level. I think you've met a couple of the other individuals under the employ of this man, or rather being, or rather event. They're a real jovial group of individuals, but in the sickening wrong way. I believe they've been contracted as well.
Yeah. Rather funny lot.
Yeah. I mean, I would say they're funny. But, like, not funny, haha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like hee.
I wouldn't even say hee, really. I mean, it's a lot of, like...
Oh, I know. Ja.
Oh, no, they're not foreign enough for that. I would say, no, just a joke that no one really laughs to, you know?
So those folks are the other captains?
No, they're not captains. They're, I think the term is clown.
Okay.
They're, I'm not 100% sure exactly what they are, but I do know they're from the Shadowfell.
Yeah, we've been there for a dip.
Yeah, they showed up apparently to oh, there was something about like heralding the end of days and the arrival of the Great One. It's a So his, I don't know if I could say his name per se, but I do know that the beginning of his name sounds like a booze, you know? Like not a beer, not a whiskey, but I'll take a large
Okay.
Ale.
There you go. That's the one.
Oh, that one. Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Well, good. I'm glad we're all on the
Shoot.
same pedal then.
I
Yeah.
don't. I thought I was getting ale.
No, sorry, I ain't got no ale, honey. There'll be plenty of ale though once you've recovered the relics that are under the frigid well.
All right, deal.
Deal and a half.
Do you know why the Weavers sealed this away?
I don't know. Probably because they're a bunch of fuddy-duddies or something.
Well, you said it was a thorn in their side.
Well, yeah. I mean, nobody really likes other powerful beings encroaching on their domain, right? I feel like that's a pretty standard thing. Like, yeah, you all had that incident. I think John Rattle Rattle had mentioned you all went to the Feywild, right? And I'm sure you were met with open arms and happiness, right? No, of course not, because you were invaders. So it's more or less the same idea. The relic stored away here is more or less a very powerful object that contains a lot of power, in fact. Power enough to scare the Realm Weavers. And, well, if one of you were to champion this relic, or at least provide it to me, I could provide it to my associate, Rattle, and we'd be able to kind of work with you to help stop the end of days.
Can JJ make like a history check or something to see if she remembers who this John/Rattle person is at this point?
You could roll a 30 and fail.
Okay, great. Thank you.
It's the easiest way to be like, you haven't personally met this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
It's one of those, like, secret admirer types.
Well, Paula, have you... I mean, if you've been here a while, have you seen, like, other adventuring types try and go past the well? And,
Oh, yeah. No, a number of folks have done it. You can see him. She, like, points out, and you see, like, again, 300-400 feet into the lake, there are frozen statues of people in fighting poses that are people kebabs. They're just frozen icicles that are all statues in different shapes and form, holding weapons and armor and all manner of things. Yeah, every so often someone comes by, they come do whatever they're gonna do, and then, they're gone.
they just start waving swords at it, pretty much, and...
Swords. One group were a bunch of real small guys, gnomes, I think. They had brought some kind of crazy contraption that could shoot these logs at it. That's pretty interesting. A couple of them armored types started chanting. They summoned some kind of spiritual blade or something, and didn't really do much. Yeah, overall, a lot of chumps. A lot of chumps.
Nice.
When we fight this thing, is there anything that you could do to aid us?
I mean, once it's dead, I could help you. But during a fight, I'm not much for fighting, really. I'm more of an assistant type, a supervisory role.
Well, you were able to make this area nice and warm.
Well, yeah, that's for personal comfort. Actually, I didn't make this area nice and warm. Rattle planted the seed here. It got it from down south, and it grew this flower. I mean, you could probably take the flower with you. I don't really need it right now. Now that I've met you, I figure I'd be tagging along, join the group on a limited basis, and make sure I help you all.
Okay. does this flower only create an area, or could it be used to offer us some sort of protection from cold?
I don't know well enough, ma'am. I was told to stay in here until you arrived. It keeps me
That's-
warm. I mean, maybe if you put it on somebody, you could probably like clip it or something and put it on your armor or something. Maybe it make you warmer.
Can I do like a nature check?
Sure.
That's not good. A 9.
9. You look it over. The only thing you can really come to terms with, because of the ruby style of the petals of this flower, is that it is not a natural occurring thing. There is a lot of kind of almost druidic or fey type magic at play here, and you don't know enough about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, Val, I think this is a magic thing. That might be more like in
I'll-
your
I'll-
area.
I'll identify it and see if it can be of any use to us, but I don't want to pick it before we're ready to use it. We need about a day of prep time before we're going to go after this dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So is that all right with you?
I mean, of course, I've been waiting for, quite a long time now.
Okay. I look back to the group because Belle's kind of like set down next to this flower. Is everyone on board for this?
You said there was a legend about the item, right?
Of course.
What do you know about it? Like, what's the legend?
Well, it's a bit of a messy story, and I only really know like secondhand accounts. So like, don't hold it on me if like a couple of facts and figures are all wrong or whatever.
I get it.
So like, girl to girl, maybe like we just understand one another. That like, I heard from a friend who knows a guy who heard a girl, kind of thing.
Mm.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I got a cousin, real big into this kind of like otherworldly worship. It's a whole thing. Anyway, the relic apparently is a weapon that can be utilized to great effect against a number of individuals who call a different world their own home. It was crafted by an ancient kind of deity of sorts who was really good at getting into places they should not be, right? Because of that, the item also is able to shunt people who shouldn't be places back to where they should be. If you catch my drift.
That makes sense.
Apparently, this individual originated from my homeland, the Feywild, and really was a bit of a, as I said earlier, thorn in the side of your realm weavers. All powerful creatures that had possessed godly divinity in a limited capacity. I'm not gonna get into that more than I have, of course. But it was annoying enough that they saw fit to not only completely change the landscape that they used to have here up in this northern area, just to fit a way to hide this area away. These items, the ancient relic. Not only that, after they hid the first one, the one we're after, they hid a number of things, from what I've been told, deep within the caverns below this well. There's all kinds of things that they locked away from the world. Between this and I think the other one was some big flying golden city, which is a whole nother thing.
Any idea how deep this well is?
Oh, I mean, you used to be able to see to the bottom of it from the edge, but it's since frozen over quite a bit. From what I know, it's hundreds of feet deep, real deep, and apparently the ice continues all the way down, which is weird. You'd think geothermal activity or whatever would kind of keep it warm, but it doesn't keep it warm. So thinking on it, maybe it's not just the dragon that keeps it cold, but it's something else. You ever think about that?
Yes.
So do I.
An interesting thought.
Thank you.
Yeah, wasn't the other well like plenty warm at the bottom? So it should most definitely, not
It
be
wasn't
frozen
even
all
the
the way
bottom.
through.
So like
Yeah.
75 feet down.
It's also really deep. So I
It's
wonder
got to
how
be
deep
something
it
else
goes.
then.
Maybe another item that they had down there.
I wonder if you could, because, like, Vel said that, like, the well continues down in the city. The well continues down underneath and it's, like, dug out, right? I wonder if you could dig towards the frigid well and go underneath and avoid the dragon. It would probably take us forever, but
Dug into an opening, then you'd still just be lined up for the dragon if it notices you.
Do you know where the dragon hangs out?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I've never flown over the frozen lake. But there is a... Oh, there is a guy around here. Wears a big metal suit. Usually fishes up on the eastern edge. He might know a bit better than I do.
We
Fishing
should talk to
at the
that.
well, does
fishes. And, yeah. Wait,
or is
he
it like one of the river inlet things?
Why? I think it's the well itself. But yeah, it seems to come up here and fish all the time. Tends to bring back things into town. I see him talking to a big scaly individual who then talks to this like dwarven guy.
Hmm. Oh, I wonder if he runs that fishing shack.
It
That was
does.
closed.
Fishes things out of the well.
The
Keeps
frozen well.
what's important to the mayor.
That
The mayor
is.
gives it to Donovan.
He's the only one that can get close to the well.
Yeah, so far. Well, so far as I can tell. I've not really tried. I mean, not for nothing, but the dragon's way bigger than me, so yeah.
Maybe it's the suit he's wearing.
That could be.
Well, that's some valuable insight. I think we should go find that fellow and give bend his ear a little bit.
I
I
wholeheartedly
mean, yeah,
agree with
I need
Arvo.
some prep time, so if anyone wants to go and wait for that person to show up at their fishing shack, we could.
I mean, they're just up the river if you want to go on them. They passed my flower, like, I don't know, 3 days ago. They've yet to come back.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Um,
go check it out.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
delay the corsets, unfortunately, but
I think
there's
we'll be able to
still
live without
time
it.
to order corsets. I'm gonna try and identify this flower now.
Sure. Let's see. So you're casting the identify spell on it?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you cast the identify spell. You touch upon this this flower. Your shadow looms across it, slowly rises up into this haggard-looking, almost undead spirit. Hands on your shoulders and leans in and goes,
Again, I walk the world to inform you of things beyond your understanding. What we have here is a ruby rose of Rattlebones, a follower of a great Fey Lord, bestowed power from beyond the realm, made real a seed down deep into the Southland, and possessed ancient Fey magic. Empowered within these ruby petals are the warmth of a single sun. May any who touch it know the embrace of the Fey Wild and resist the natural order of things. This has been a use of the Identify spell.
How many petals does it have?
currently it's split open and it has 4 petals. It's kind of like swirled up, and now it's.
So I think if each of us keeps one of these petals on us, it may help us resist the cold.
Belle, are you trained in insight?
No. I'm not.
Gang, gang,
Trained in Arcana, though.
gang, gang.
Okay.
Ruby's trained in insight. Can
Yeah.
he discern anything from Vel's words?
Yeah. Same
Uh,
for JJ.
yes. We'll say this. Vel, do you say exactly what your identify spell says to the rest of the group?
Yes.
All right. The pair of people who are trained in insight know that the wording of it says a sun of a given day, meaning once you pull these petals, it lasts for 24 hours, and that's it. It is a day's worth of sunlight in one petal. Once it's uprooted, the timer starts.
And it's 4 petals.
It's 4 petals.
But there are also 4 party members without evasion.
Mhm.
Well, evasion doesn't care about con saves.
Also true.
White dragon!
My dragons are dope.
Uh-oh.
On top of old Frosty, all covered in ice. He froze all the rogues now because he's not very nice.
Well, I'm cold-blooded, so I should be fine.
That is not how that works, though. You're frozen like
It's actually
two.
worse for you!
Way worse. Honestly, Cobble Jones should be like super lethargic and nappy at this point.
There's a
Blizzard's going to
reason that I don't
weird-
have Asha flying around and have like her phone like wrapped against me right now. She's freezing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just have like the hand warmers inside with like just hay shooting out of every single like spot. in
Cobble
my house.
Jones, Fire Hazard Edition.
I look like in Mulan when Mushu is dressed up as the panda.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's on, or dressed up as the knight on the panda. I've got like just tufts of hay everywhere.
I came here with orders from the Emperor. Okay, sorry.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Okay.
you guys have met Paula, and you now know about the Ruby Rose of Rattlebones.
You said the
That's fair.
Weavers placed it here, right?
They
Just
placed the
confirmed.
well.
Okay.
This individual, this weirdo that many people in town will say, and what Paula has confirmed, states that this individual named Rattle was the one who planted the seed that grew into this flower. And the reason why she's here is because they told them to wait for you.
Well, no, the item that's in the well, like the
Oh, yeah.
Weavers placed
The
it. Okay.
Weavers entrapped it here, fearing its power.
Do we
According to
think
Paula.
Weavers are going to get mad at us?
The Weavers
taking
are
this item.
dead. That's
Mm,
why we're.
Well,
Mm?
they're gone. I mean, they may not be dead.
what?
They're gone.
I don't necessarily know if they're dead. That's the thing. I've never
Well, the
really thought that they
Weavers-
were, but who knows?
I mean. Oh, the Weaver's not dead? Asking Paula.
Oh, Paula, look you up.
I
now.
thought that was you making that sound.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no, I am. It's like, how do you define dead, right? Because once you've ascended, and you're kind of like a godly being. Really hard to kill you because you're not really mortal anymore, so you can't really die in the conventional sense. So in a way, I wouldn't say they're like dead, but like there's a chance they're still around. Something. No one's ever really gone. You know what I mean? Like, if that's saying in the Feywild, you know.
Yeah.
They're like alive in the hearts and spirits of, their followers, I'm sure. Or, maybe just actually still alive and breathing. Who knows, I mean, they're not really alive because the gods, but they're not gods. The divine beings, I don't know, I don't really get into the politics of it. I kind of stick just to the courts, And even then, I try to avoid court as often as possible. I hate getting jury duty.
Right.
Yeah, have you ever, the Queen of Air and Night?
I've heard.
Yeah, so she likes her tea a very certain way. I messed that order up one time. Boom, banished to being a companion the rest of my life.
Oof.
Yeah. Real fun day to wake up and, a rambunctious young man summoning you to guide him and assist him in all of his worldly endeavors, It's been a good gig, but I just, there were a number of perks to living in the Feywild and going to court every so often. I I mean, but functionally, I am immortal. So I mean, I've got that going for me.
So Morgan, would you not want to procure an item that the Weavers deem so dangerous?
No, I definitely want to check out this item for sure.
Okay.
But I'm just saying from our past experiences and, random voices out in the void talking to us, I just kind of thought that they weren't, a little dead. They were maybe more alive than we thought. So I'm just saying it may be a little dangerous, a little angry. Just want to keep that in mind, in case we get struck by lightning or something as soon as we get out,
Well, I mean, who isn't a little angry at the replacements for their job?
I think I would rather be struck by lightning than struck by a white dragon.
So you want to fight a blue dragon?
No, just no dragon at all, but just like a lightning bolt strike me right now. I think that would be better than fighting any kind of dragon.
Yeah, probably.
So you don't want to do this?
You're asking me because I'm down to fight some dragons, but I just
So conflicting with
Yeah,
what you just said.
You were
I'm just
really
saying,
sounding
like-
really cowardly. Like I was waiting for you to be like, I'm gonna tuck my tongue around,
no, like I'm just saying that a lightning bolt sounds a lot nicer than a dragon fight, but I'm down to fight some dragons.
I mean,
Okay.
if it was easy, everyone would have done it. But you got this. You're like, I don't know, heroes or something, maybe. I don't. I mean,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Rattle
sure.
believed in you, and I think that's good enough.
I don't normally think about consequences, so I'm trying to
Consequences.
think about them. But
Proud of you.
Here's the consequence.
Thanks.
Consequence number 1: you become too powerful, and you save the whole realm. That's a pretty good consequence.
is that a consequence though? Is that
Yeah,
we're doing
yeah,
a pro and
because,
con
like-
list? That's kind of on the pros.
Then you make all your friends embarrassed because they're not as cool as you, and then they don't want to talk to you
Mm.
anymore. You don't get invited to parties anymore. They're like,
I mean,
"Oh,
that's already kind of true, but
there's what's her name with all the magic and powers and stuff." No one wants that girl around. Then they start saying, "You're gonna steal my man," and it's a whole thing. I mean, it's not your fault that you're powerful. It's a consequence. Trust me, it's a consequence.
I think that consequences can be positive. Just depends on the way you look at them.
There's also several things down here, not just that singular item. And
Yeah,
everything that every adventurer has lost to this well.
you don't have to convince me. I'm already excited about all the loot. Okay.
Oh, I mean, if you're
Well-
into it for the loot, I mean, it's a whole facility down there. I mean, truth be told, they said that the dragon's just the god, kind of like the front doorman. I mean, there's a whole network of bullcrap down there.
Mhm.
Like what?
I don't know. Never been there. I've just
Oh,
been
okay.
told. And Rattle
But
did,
you know how to.
did like a divinity type deal. I can feel it. I can feel the object down below the ice. It's why I'm here. Make sure you don't get, lost. Whatever.
Where is Rattle?
I don't know. Well, that's a lie. I shouldn't lie. I'm trying to do this whole not lying thing. Rattle's away on business, shall we say.
Okay.
But in the event that the item you recover is too much for any one of you to handle, well, then I can take the item away, provide it to Rattle, and you'll have his undying support for anything you might want to do and the Accords for Saving the World. Plus, of course, he'd compensate you in a different manner of speaking,
Sounds good to me.
Good for
Either
me.
way.
Yeah,
Right. Do we want to go talk to this fisherman?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Orville is right in needing to talk to the fisherman.
Paula, you're welcome to accompany us, obviously. If you get tired, your wings get tired, I'm sure someone would offer a shoulder. You're welcome.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know, that'd be kind of good, I guess. I'm kind of digging. I like the thieving girls vibe. I'm gonna hang out with you. If that's okay.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, great. Your hair's a mess, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick, if you don't mind. Kind of like a deal.
Yeah, go for it.
Great. You see the sprite flitter up and swirl around Morgan's head. Morgan, your hair is like pulled and like brushed and kind of like almost done in like a do-up, like an updo, I should say. And like nicely fastened into like a tight bun. And there she vanishes, and like a spirit of pixie dust, you now have this small little clip at the very front of your head that feels warm to the touch, and has this kind of like same decorative, almost like raccoon design of her dress that she was wearing.
It's awesome.
Does it look cool?
It looks pretty cool.
Good. I'm glad she didn't get stabbed immediately.
You know, I was watching Orville's face the whole time and the panic.
That's why I said we'll see how it goes. Not gonna
No,
stop.
you assume that the creature inside of you, the person you're hosting, is very anti other people, but this seems to be only in touch as an object, which precedent stands to reason. So long as Paula stays as an item attached, seems all right.
I also hope that she's starting to take my feelings into account, and if I'm calm, we're slightly better.
Definitely a conversation to have one of these days. So where to, folks?
To the fisherman.
The fisherman? All right. You guys leave the flower as is. As you walk away, you watch as the petals curl in on themselves and the flower locks up once again. You all head north, further still, roughly a few miles, all the way up to where you can actually see the eastern river that exits from the well, which is mostly frozen, and then miles down you can see a slurry of ice breaking free to rushing rapids that egress out further east. Sitting near the edge of the frozen well, you see a very heavy looking metal suit, a small hat atop its head, and a number of pieces of frozen people stacked about 6 feet high in piles, all various accoutrements laid around. And you see this individual with a long fishing rod and a hook. And they seem to kind of look it over rather curiously. What would you all like to do?
Good afternoon.
You hear this kind of buzzing sound as you call out. You hear response. Buzz off, losers!
We just wanted to talk to you perhaps about the dragon.
You hear inquiry. What do you want to know about a dragon for? You see, at this point, I will show you the art. Boop.
You know, we're just another group of adventurers.
Reset response. Adventurers! Ah! Why don't you go take a walk in the well? See how that treats you. Ha ha ha! You hear doop, idle. Well, figure your lives out here. I'm going fishing. And you see them stand up, and you hear this heavy metallic sound, and slowly and they walk right onto the frozen well, and you can see these big heavy footprints across the well. They walk off about 100 feet or so, where there are pieces of an individual. They take this small fishing hook, impale it into the back of them, and then walk all the way back to shore and slowly start cranking. You hear the sliding as ice starts breaking free of this individual and goes, idle. What a great day for fishing. Boop.
I've got a new theory, Bill. And everybody.
Yeah.
Construct. We need a construct army. Something without beating hearts.
I haven't been. I have a book about making like candy people, but I haven't been reading it.
Maybe it's just something about living things.
Yeah.
Because, like, as far as something that doesn't have a beating heart, it's skeletons. But I don't think it's worth it to test that theory, because I think once you awaken the dragon, he's gonna destroy everything around.
Yeah.
I mean, the dragon doesn't seem to be worrying about eating, just defending.
You know, you're right. It is not eating. That we know of. But there are a lot of extra bodies.
Yeah, it's a lot of frozen meals on this lake. And it's been a little while since...
And we all know how kobold eats. Imagine something 100 times that size. It's gotta eat a lot.
Well, the water does break free. It could just be surviving off of fish.
I don't think that there would be enough fish for it to be surviving there for very long.
It'd be surviving off of whales.
I thought Paula just said that it's frozen all the way down.
Not out there by the river. Overall point.
Yeah, it's breaking free here, and I was thinking about the other side, so it might also be not wholly frozen there if the dragon leaves the direct area. I'm theory crafting. I'm not 100% sure. This is my first time dealing with a dragon.
Yeah,
Do you
same.
think dragons like to eat yeast?
You want to break bread with a dragon?
I mean, it's really good bread.
It is great bread.
You see this creature pull up a corpse, like, and it comes out just the, like, about the chest piece, free of the legs, and sets it down. You hear jovial comment. Huh! Really catching an arm and a leg today. Ha ha! Beep boop. It
Still,
walks back out, grabs the legs, puts a hook on it, walks back, starts pulling in the legs from the severed corpse that just mauled.
is it still fishing if you're not getting fish?
It's a great
I think so.
question.
I mean, crab fishermen exist, right? They ain't fish.
Fair enough.
At least I don't think. It tastes fishy. Are crabs fish? Do you have, you have oral nature?
I think they are shellfish, so half. But I would say that this is more like harpooning.
Which is a strange, different act of fishing, I guess.
You hear boop statement. I may be an angler, but you're angling for an ass whooping. You keep talking to me. Whoop.
Access customer support.
You're error.
Sorry.
No, you have to press 0.
Is that the left or the right eye?
That'll get you in touch with the operator.
So you're not interested in having a conversation then, eh?
Talking to the metal guy.
Yeah.
Your boop response. Well, what is there to talk about? Whoop.
Fishing?
Whoop. Response. You don't look like the fishing type, lady. Whoop.
Suppose I'm just curious about it then.
Whoop. Victory speech. Ha! Told you, didn't I? Whoop. It slowly makes its way back out on the lake. You see it 400 or 500 feet away. Slams its hook into the top of someone's head. Walks back to shore with a big long line. Yanks it, and you see the head shatter free of the rest of the body. And slowly drags it across the ice. Collects it. Throws it in a stack. Looks back out. Seems to wait a few moments. And then walks all the way back out. Slams the hook into the body of the person. Walks all the way back. Starts pulling. And you hear shattering and ripping. It slowly onto the ice and slides forward. And you can see now the ice surrounding this individual from the last few days just is covered in like that kind of almost shaved ice with like speckles of red and blood in it, as if this used to be a field of people, and now you're looking at the 6-foot tall stack of parts as the people that used to be frozen here.
What do you do with the body, with your fish?
Whoop. Response.
I want you to go out to the lake and grab everything you can. We'll make a fortune.
Whoop.
Can we discern whose voice that was?
It's very clearly the mayor's.
He gathers the bits left here, and then they sell it at Donovan's. Anything that isn't extremely valuable. That's why it was all broken up.
You hear boop. Word. Registered. Right, you can come on down to me, and I'll give you the best deals in town. Take a free coupon for 10% off. Boop. You see the individual turn, and you have this big metal body. It walks forward, and from like the upper part of its chest, you hear this like, and slowly a piece of parchment comes free, and it says the Curio Shop 10% off. It rips it and hands it to you,
Take it.
freshly printed.
How do we get to the real goods at Donovan's?
Response. Well, you'll be looking for the good stuff then. Might want to show a bit of coin that you're not just a bit of, well, window shoppers. Boop.
Ah, 15 gold for that little trinket wasn't enough to flaunt. Okay.
I
Oop.
bet he's got some dope corsets.
Response. 15 gold. Ha ha ha. But you hear 15 as like 15, as it's been recorded in 2 separate files.
Okay. Morgan, you might have to flash your wad.
Boop. Response.
Are we done?
Please observe all Riska City rules. No one should be showing themselves off.
Hey Jones, I think he's jealous of your biceps.
Oh yeah, and I'll start. And I'll make those sound effects too.
Observation. Just, you're rather short. Boop.
Damn, man.
Got him.
I will rub Jones's back and try and console him about being short.
How do you even show off like coins though, honestly? Should I just be
well-
like playing with a couple plat in my hand, you know, make it look cool?
I mean, you could. You're
Okay.
pretty good at like talking to people that operate in, the underworld kind of sneaky illegal stuff. So maybe you do whatever you do. That thing with your hands.
Boop. Recording.
Recording?
There's no things with my hands. That doesn't exist.
There's no sneaky illegal things going on. They're just normal citizens out for a walk.
Boop. Boop. Suspicion.
Doing illegal activities?
No.
Boop. Observation.
Please, if you're doing illegal activities, you may report them to your local mayor.
Boop.
Do you think that he counts demonology as illegal activity?
You're boop. Assisting. You hear now printing. You hear a list comes out of the front of the chest. It rips the list and hands it to you, Kobold Jones. It's a list of Riska's like things that are considered illegal activities. Nowhere on there, by the way, is thieving, but demon worship, pollution, futzing with the well without permission, and wearing yellow, just in general, without permission, is also very frowned on.
Hey, is necromancy on there?
No, necromancy's not on there.
What about
Sweet.
unleashed
There's
elves?
so much necromancy.
No, there's just a general being an elf on that list. Technically illegal. Specifically, you do find the leash law.
That's awesome.
Jones,
Whoa.
I'm not.
Look at that.
No.
Did you look at that?
I thought that Italian bastard was full of shit, but
What is an Italian? He was a rat folk.
Rat folk baker.
he's an Italian rat folk. What do you want? There were rats in
Offensive,
Italy.
Kobold Jones.
You love to make things up, Jones, and I think that's what I appreciate about you.
There are
All these
rats in
wacky
Italy.
words that come out of your mouth. Okay. So we should talk a little bit more in depth with Donovan and see what he actually has of use to us. We know we've got the flower. We need like potions of flying or something. Still gotta deal with the problem that it's a dragon.
Yeah, because I can only help one person get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I bet he can fly really far, so it's like, even if I had like 30 javelins, he might be too far away.
His machine turn from you. Start walking back out into the lake. Impales a hook into another body. Walks all the way back.
While the machine is walking out, can I try and run over and just like grab it?
You're gonna grab what?
An arm?
Oh, from the
pile?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You can run up. Go ahead and just roll me a D100. Flat D100.
62.
Ooh. Yeah. You run up, grab an arm, and run back to the group. You look it over, and you have this like very slender, pale arm that seems to still be grasping what likely would have been the other end of like a crossbow. It looks to be like a wooden hilt that's been frozen into their palm. Their finger is stuck in a trigger-like position, but the weapon seems missing. Other than like the little piece of metal. You do note that 2 of the middle and ring fingers have rings on them that shine of gold.
I think we can use this to get some leverage against Donovan and open up to his wares.
I don't think he's going to care about that. He just cares about money.
Well, there are some gold rings on here as well. Can we stick those in a jacket or something before that Beller comes stomping on back?
Hold the bag of holding open for Orville.
All right, you slide in this frozen arm. The individual returns back to the edge of the lake. He goes and pulls, and you hear a shattering sound, and pieces of another frozen individual clatter to the ground, and starts sliding it across the ice.
Yep, no broken laws.
Hey fisherman, what would happen if someone got rid of the dragon?
Boop. Response. This one would be out of a job.
It's not recorded.
Do you have a consciousness?
Boop. Response. All things are conscious. All things are here. Boop.
Have you ever spoken to the dragon?
Boop. Response.
To speak to the dragon is folly. Any who dare speak to it will soon die. Be sure to collect their things afterwards. It's a good man.
Boop.
Does anyone have anything else to ask, or we're good to head back?
Where does the dragon stay?
Response. Well, I have to assume that winged bastard is somewhere near the entrance to the real well, but I would never tell anyone who weren't in the know, if you know what I mean. Just keep it between the two of us, why don't you? Boop.
Oh, the two of us besties?
Boop.
Now you know exactly what we were talking about.
Boop.
Was that Vasler or Charles? I can't tell if there's like that little bit of grit level there.
Yep.
From a dry.
Yeah, is there any way to tell what voice that was?
It's someone you haven't heard from in town. I'll say it's not
Okay.
Charles.
Okay. Is it when adventurers step onto the frozen well that the dragon comes at them?
Here, boop. Response.
Well, there has to be some crazy way that the lake works. Truly, if someone steps on it, no, perhaps if they fly on it, well, they could flap on it. No, 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 no. No, anyone who sets foot on it is in the domain. The domain, the domain. The domain is law. Law, you see. Law, law, law.
Boop.
And that was our bird friend or the Klon?
Sounds like the bird. I've got a select number of about 20 voices I start to blend together.
No. It normally with context it's easy, but as
Yeah.
soon as there's no context to the voice, it's like,
Mhm.
wait a second.
It could be
This is
anybody.
4 characters.
Yeah.
But I think the hard thing is, as someone who pretends like they can do voices, picking it just straight out
Mhm.
as like the voice person is hard to do as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Juggle them. So
Tough.
yeah. That's kind of
Kenku
why
and
I'm asking
Warforged.
mostly.
Too hard. Anything you guys want to ask or
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good now.
good? All right. With that, you all turn back, set your sights back for Riska. You leave the metal man to his own devices. You plot and plan for what is to come next. Voices and choices of yours alone. We will find out next Monday on Second Wake. For everyone who stuck with us throughout the broadcast, we thank you so much, you level 20 characters. We're going to be giving a raid to the person who is the creator of this shirt because they're live, and why not? They're fun and warm. If you've not seen their content, I highly recommend them. They're probably the, I don't know, smartest individual for DM content and one of the goofiest people to actually watch DM. Love Matt Colville. Anyway, we'll be back hopefully next Monday for more Second Wake. Fingers crossed we have all 6 people here. If not, that'll be another weird episode, I'm sure. But as always, folks, I've been Kareem Zamir. They've been the Seekers of Galanti. This has been Second Wake. We'll see you next Monday. Peace out.